What's up everyone, I'm Twisted and today we got a new teaser for the second season of Arcane. This teaser was actually shown a couple months ago by Fortiche in a festival, but now it's finally available for everyone. Unfortunately, I can't play the teaser, otherwise Netflix is going to strike me, but I'll leave a link down below in case you haven't watched it yet. In this video, we are going to go frame by frame and do a bit of an analysis of the teaser. Without further ado, let's begin. So, the teaser starts with this guy making his intro into the arena. Obviously, this is the guy that Vi punched at the end of Act 1 of Season 1, and then this is also the guy that Caitlyn found in the beginning of Act 2, and that Marcus sent to prison and Vi fucked up his jaw, and we can see here that he now has a metal jaw. And we also see this guy right here. So, this guy also appears in the other teasers. He is one of Caitlyn's wardens, one of the enforcers part of her team. And I've speculated before that this guy wasn't actually a warden at the start of the show. He definitely looks more like a Zonite, and in one of the scenes we actually see him alongside Caitlyn and the other wardens, and he's not wearing a warden outfit. So my prediction is that Caitlyn is going to form some kind of squad to go after Jinx. Vi is not gonna wanna join that squad, but then Piltover is going to get attacked. This guy is gonna help Caitlyn, and then Vi is gonna look at the aftermath of the battle and he's gonna be like, okay, maybe I wanna join the Wardens, and at that point this guy is going to join as well. Also, notice that he's holding some kind of red ticket. That's going to be important. And now we see here the kingpin of the arena, who is either a Yordle or that race that we see of people, for example in the Firelights. And he's eating like fish and squids and stuff. And we are still getting the introduction of this guy. And you can see that the crowd is cheering for him. And look at here, everyone is holding these tickets, and you can see that the tickets have the same jaw design from the guy. Obviously, this being an underground fighting arena, there's obviously betting going on, and all of these people are betting on this guy. And now the bell is going to ring. And guess what? Vi, in her pit fighter outfit, is already there, and she's going to do exactly what she did to him at the end of Act 1 of Season 1, which is an uppercut into a knockout. And even the Kingpin is like, what? What the hell happened? And remember what I said about this guy holding a red ticket? This guy was the only one betting on Vi, but we'll see that that will change further into the montage. You can see here the jaw flying. And this guy is almost smiling, I think, almost smiling. Obviously he knew that Vi was gonna kick this guy's ass. And then we get these cool shots of Vi. And we get to see her silver eyes, very cool. And now we transition into the first bar slash nightclub scene. Keep in mind there are a lot of flashing lights in these parts. There were also some like pure dark frames to simulate that the lights on the club are flashing. I removed those frames to make it easier to go frame by frame, so do keep that in mind. First we see here someone dropping a bag of coins. I assume this is Vi paying for the drinks with the money that she got from the arena. Also a cool detail that I don't know if it's present in Season 1 that I just noticed is that the coins have the design of the council on them. We can see the drinks here. And it's Vi and the other dude just having a nice time, I assume after the fight. And we can see here some of Jinx's followers as well, and throughout these scenes we are also going to see a couple of goons and background characters from Season 1. But yeah, these are them like talking, having a moment, and then we transition back into another pit fight scene. And now the Kingpin is much more interested in Vi. And then they are back again into the bar. This could be the same scene as before, but we'll see that a bit later, that some of these scenes clearly take place at different times. And now we get this scene of Vi putting her makeup on, and notice how careful she is while putting it on. That's going to be important for later. And then we see her training. She is in some kind of room that I believe we haven't seen before. And now we get this small montage of various fighters, which kind of reminds me of Punch-Out, just on how different all the designs of the characters are. I think that's really cool. We see a bit more training. We see one person from that species that I was mentioning before. We see the Kingpin again, very satisfied with the new champion, I assume. And now notice that everyone is holding red tickets. Now everyone is betting on Vi, and we can see here the double dog head that is present in her jacket, and notice the hand that is holding it. This is very likely Jinx. We're gonna get some clips that we've seen before in the previous teaser, but here it is, the jacket with the dog heads. And then we go back to just a montage of fighters, but notice this one right here. This one is very interesting for a reason. Notice how his mask has these marks here. This is very reminiscent of LeBlanc's makeup, and obviously that's relevant because in the previous teaser we got this figure that really seems to be hinting at LeBlanc being involved somehow in Season 1. I've even seen some people saying that that shadow might actually be the shadow of Mel, and that would make sense considering that the background is the same background from Mel's flashback. Maybe LeBlanc is somehow manipulating Ambessa. That would be really interesting. As for this guy, I'm not sure what his deal is. Obviously I'm just speculating that he might be related to LeBlanc. Maybe he has nothing to do with her, but nonetheless I think that it's interesting to point it out. We see more fighters. And you see the guy again, and he only has the mark on one of his eyes, actually. Interesting. And I guess this is the part in the montage where Vi is at her best, right? Vi is beating everyone, everyone is betting on her, everything is really good here, which is not going to be the case later. But here we see they are spending more money on drinks. She's fighting everyone, winning everyone against everyone. She's celebrating with the guy right there. And then we have also a couple scenes of her diving her head underwater. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be kind of reminiscent of Silco drowning or even Jinx getting baptized by Silco. I'm not sure. We can see her ship just beating someone. And look at the details like in the water. Like this is all animated. I'm pretty sure that these are really well done. And even like the water on her face and the makeup, like that's really cool. I assume this is after the bar because from what I understand it's fighting at the pits, then drinking at the bar, then going home, and she still has the makeup here, so I assume she just got home. You can see here the guy one of the guys that she was fighting, and she's starting to lose it. Here we get a better view at her room. As you can see, this is not the same room that she had with Powder in Season 1. That wouldn't really make sense. And I believe these shots are to give us a sense of how alone she feels, because this is very much Vi isolating herself. I think that's kind of what this montage represents. Vi is alone and Vi is losing it. And this is all she does when she's not fighting or at the bar. She's at home training, sleeping, drinking. Everything's a mess. And remember that scene from earlier where she's putting her makeup on? Well, now she's doing it again, but in a more messy and sloppier way. Really showing that she's losing it. So much so that she's coughing up blood. But yeah, now we get another scene at the bar, and we see that she's a bit down, and the guy is even taking the drink away from her. Like, she's clearly not okay here. And we see more money being spent. And she's like, come on, man. Just give me another drink. But yeah. And now he has to bring her home. And here we see this crest right here. We're going to get a better view at it. But I'm not sure what this crest is. I don't recognize it, at least. Besides that, here we can see what seems to be a dog head. So maybe referencing Warwick. But this also kind of reminds me of Twitch. So who knows? Either way, it's probably just an Easter egg. And here we can see Vi looking at the crest and recognizing it. And she starts seeing Caitlyn, which makes me believe that this crest is likely tied to either the Council or the Wardens. We go back to the mirror. More coins. She's really losing it now. And we can see that she's like basically zoning out, both in the ring and in the club. And she thinks that she's dancing with Caitlyn, but actually it's one of Silco's goons from season 1. And I assume he's going in for a kiss, and obviously Vi is not going to like that. Also, you can see that there seem to be some frames missing. Again, I cut some of the black frames off, so that's why. And we're gonna see Vi punching someone in the ring, which transitions into her punching this dude, which is funny. And now we see like people trying to separate the two of them, including the guy from before. And we see Vi flipping him off, maybe a nod to how she does that in season 1 as well. And now we get another scene at the bar, and we can see that they are not so close anymore. Things have gotten rough between the two, probably because of Vi's behavior. And just before that, we actually see this hooded figure passing by. This is going to be important. I assume that this was the guy that brought Vi to this place to begin with. I mean, he was the one betting on her at the start, so I assume that he already knew this place, but Vi didn't. And we can see that they are really not in good terms here. At least, obviously, the guy is trying to be friendly towards her, but she's not having it. Obviously, she's drunk, she's coping with everything that's going on. We can see her back to training, the guy leaving. Vi again, losing it. And now, back at the bar, she's drinking alone. And that's really sad. But actually, she isn't alone because someone is watching her. Powder is watching her. And we can see here that the hooded figure from the previous teaser is indeed Jinx, which makes sense because later in that teaser we do see Jinx with a new outfit, and that outfit has some shark teeth that were clearly stitched onto the hood, so I assume that the hood that she's wearing in that scene is just a modified version of this hood right here. But yeah, we can see that now that Vi is alone, Jinx is spying on her. And I love these frames right here, so cool. And here we can see Vi going home alone. Obviously the dude has left, but she has kept her pit fighting lifestyle. And we get a couple frames of Jinx mixed in. And we can see her on the ground. Again, she's gonna see Caitlyn on the banners. This time screaming, and now she's gonna scream as well. Again, Kinda reminds me of the Silco drowning scene from season 1. Not sure if that's intentional or not. And now we go back to another mirror scene. This time the mirror is all broken. This time her makeup is even worse than before. And she can't even hit a punch. She's not okay. And she takes one. And now instead of the dude being in the crowd is actually Jinx watching Vi. And Vi is just getting demolished here by all of the other fighters. And she crashes down. And I assume this is her house, the transition between Arena and this scene right here. I assume she is at her room. And this is where the teaser ends. Alongside the teaser, we also got the release date of all the acts of Season 2, which is pretty cool. It seems that each act is going to be released a week apart. So we're gonna have time to talk about it, speculate and everything good. And that's it for now. I'm sure I missed a couple things. I know there was a lot of stuff happening in the background in the bar, like goons fighting and stuff, but I don't think that's super interesting or relevant right now. But if I did miss something important, let me know down below. While you're at it, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind later. And with this being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.